Welcome back, YouTube. Today we're talking about the best piece of equipment that I've ever invested into for my garage gym. Let's get it.
That was close.
So I get this question all the time.
What the heck is that in your garage gym?
This monstrosity device that takes up almost half of the room. What is that? This, my friends, is the universal home gym. So this thing is absolutely amazing. And we'll get into how I acquired this piece of equipment. But first, let me tell you a little bit about the brand Universal, where they came from, how they got started, and overall, what the heck this thing is. So the Universal brand was founded in 1957 by a man named Harold Zinkin. Now Harold's reasoning behind creating this Universal gym was to make lifting safer for novice people. Back then, really the only options for working out was free weights and barbells. So Harold came up with this master plan in order to make the ultimate machine that would limit your range of motion and make it much safer to lift, making weightlifting in general much more appealing to the general population. So he created Universal. And Universal is really credited with being the first ever weightlifting machines. They utilize levers and pulleys in order to move a weight stack that's already incorporated into the machine. These weight stacks glide upon steel posts that are bolted to the whole foundation. They made tons of these things. It started out small, but eventually, after a couple of years of running, they started to mass produce these things. They made all sorts of different designs. They ranged from four-sided behemoths that you can do virtually any exercise on, to even one-sided that still have a vast majority of exercises that you can accomplish on them. From lat pull downs, leg presses, bench presses, chest press, Viking press, pull-up bars, calf raises, hamstring curls, quad extensions, you name it, you can do it on the Universal brand equipment. These things are just amazing and very old school. Universal was acquired and bought out by Nautilus in 2006, which eventually they just shut them all the way out. And that was the end of Universal. So if you're lucky, you can find one of these things for sale, and the prices vary. Obviously, with garage gym prices rising, these prices have gone up dramatically as well. But after doing some searching, I found a couple on eBay that ranged from $800 all the way to $5,000. Obviously, the more exercises you want to be able to do on your Universal machine, the more you're gonna have to spend. So, how did I acquire my Universal brand weightlifting machine? I was searching for some sort of leg press on OfferUp, and I kept seeing this chrome piece pop up on my feed, and I clicked on it a couple times and it looked a little goofy. It almost looked homemade. Well, after some searching and realizing that I wasn't gonna find a reasonable leg press, the Universal machine caught my eye again. So I went to check it out. Upon getting there, the thing was flawless. Everything worked so good. It was astounding seeing it in person. A monstrous machine, but still capable of fitting in a garage. And the best part, I got this thing for 600 bucks. Now that's an absolute steal when it comes to the Universal machines. Consider the prices range from a couple $100s all the way to a couple grand just for one Universal machine. So I got an absolute steal for this thing. So let's talk a little bit about my Universal machine. Now I'm not sure if each Universal machine has different names, but from what I've found, they're all the Universal machine, and they just have different exercises and different weight stacks that you can utilize on them. So, what does my Universal machine have? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. My Universal machine has 8 different stations. It has a high pulley, a low pulley, a pull-up bar, a Viking press, a power tower thing, a chest press, a leg press, and a dip station. So even though that's all the stations on the Universal machine, the amount of exercises you can do on this thing vary. There's so many more exercises you can do on it because if you're clever, and you kind of have to be in a garage gym, if you're clever, you can utilize these things for different exercises. So for instance, the Viking press, I could use it as a Viking press, but also I can throw a block underneath it and I can use it for a standing calf raise. The chest press, which is admittedly a little too low for my bench, so I never use it as a chest press. Rather than using it as a chest press, I use it as a shrug, and man, does it work so good as a shrug machine. So all the way around the machine, the weight stacks total in over 3,000 pounds of resistance. Now what's really unique about Universal is they invented something called, what's it called? They created something called the dynamic variance resistance. Variable resistance, something like that. Dynamic variable resistance. Basically what this is all the lever systems work kind of like a rubber band would. So the further you get into your lift, the more resistance you actually have pushing against you. So if my left number is 100 pounds, that means when I'm starting at the bottom of my lift, I'm pushing 100 pounds upwards. Once I get to the top portion of my lift, to where I'm completely locked out and I've hit that 100% zone, that means I have 135 pounds of resistance pushing against me. And that's awesome, because that's gonna build your strength as you progress throughout the lift. An absolute genius idea by Universal. I'm able to utilize this machine for so many things. It's increased my ability to do so many exercises in my garage gym, and really, I think I would be lost without it. I'm a big advocate for compound movements, and obviously a power rack and a barbell is pretty much essential. Other than that, I don't really have much. And so before I had this machine, I found myself lost in my workouts, getting bored with them because all I was doing barbell movements. This Universal brand machine is truly one of a kind and an absolute killer when it comes to equipment for your garage gym. So, what is the best piece of equipment for your garage gym? Well, ladies and gentlemen, if you can get your hands on a Universal brand machine and you can get it for a good price, especially if you can get it for a good price, grab that sucker immediately. You will not regret it. These things are absolutely amazing and they are a true mark in history. That's all I have for you guys. Thank you so much for clicking on today's video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget, if you like what we're doing here on They Call Us Outliers, check out our website, theycallusoutliers.com. Get some merch. It's a great way to support us and support what we're doing here on our channel. Also, my beautiful wife prints all of our merch in-house, and she also prints for you. So if you have your own brand or you're looking to print for your company, reach out to us. Comment on this video down below or send us a message on Instagram. Reach out to us and say, hey, I want you to print for me. All right, guys. I'll see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe, smash the like button, and share with your friends. Peace out. Falcon and I have had this decal planned for a long time. We planned that we were going to put this on here this day at this exact time for a very long time, and he just happened to plan his road trip across America
around it
at the same time, so that way, conveniently, his truck bed would be filled with things that would be in my way when it comes to installing this sticker.